I'm a rabbit.
I fucking love pancakes.
Titty bar.
Fluffed up and side on.
There's no P in for G.
Sexy. I've made you a chili. Get your dick out.
One tit.
I quite enjoy it.
What? Are you fucking crazy?
I think you just took it too far.
Hello, and welcome to Swipe Match Marry, the modern relationship and dating podcast.
I'm James.
I'm Marny.
And I'm Steve.
Join us as we explore love, life and dating in the modern world.
Has the internet ruined dating?
How do you find and define your sexuality?
Do we have to adapt to find love?
We're going to be discussing all of this and more as we attempt to unlock the code of dating culture.
Let's get into the show. Hi everyone, and welcome to Swipe Match Marry.
Hello.
Hello. Things are a bit different today.
I know, it's weird.
Your
bit
nose
weird.
is clear.
My nose is clear?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so the reason that my nose is clear is because we are recording at my house instead of James's, and I don't have any cats here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've got one in my bag. Because I can never be 10 metres away from a cat, and I wasn't sure.
I thought I heard something meow.
No, I didn't bring one. It's actually quite nice that I'm not fearing for your life.
I know,
during a
it's
recording
good
session.
to be recording. And I was like, maybe that won't sound so nasal, but my boyfriend was like, that's just what you sound like.
Mine's got a boyfriend.
Mine's got a boyfriend, just saying. So we're recording at mine. Things are a little bit different, so we might sound a bit different, so apologies in advance. We're all on our best behaviour and we're not.
But we can hear what you really sound
I've got quite a wobbly table, so we're all desperately trying not to touch it.
But bear with us.
All mod cons on Swipe Match Marry.
All mod cons.
I'm very appreciative of your decor.
Oh, thank you.
It's rather lovely, isn't it?
I do like my style.
Just to describe what's going on here, there are a lot of birds, there's a lot of colour, a lot of print, a lot of... I've said birds.
There's not that many birds.
There's quite a lot of birds. You've got hanging birds, you've got hanging mobile birds, you've got...
My friend made me that for my 30th.
There's still birds. You've got birds on a cupboard, and you've got what I thought was a taxidermy parrot, but it's not. It's a ceramic parrot. Is that right?
It's a ceramic parrot that I bought in a
And
car boot sale.
You've got a flamingo watering can.
That's true, I do. Another friend bought me that as a parting gift.
Yeah. It's great. I like it. I've never been here before.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? I've known you for
Very
3 years now.
Should we talk about dating, love, sex, relationships and fingering or whatever we talk about?
We can't use the word fingering because I've discovered that my mum has listened to every single episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know.
It's a scary moment.
Basically, I put some episodes on her iPad that were suitable for her to listen to, and there were only actually 3 out of the however many we've recorded.
Screamed.
And then last time I saw her, she was like, I've listened to them all. I was like, what do you mean? And she said, wow, they just kept downloading onto my iPad, so I've just been listening to them.
Oh, wow. She's our figures.
I was mortified, obviously, and doing like a mental rundown of all the things that I may or may not have said.
Oh, no.
Anyway, she's heard it now, so...
And she didn't make any other comments?
No, she's very proud of me, and she thinks it's very exciting and modern.
Oh, yes. We've heard she thinks it's modern.
Yeah, it's very
You made her
21st
listen to a
century.
teaser, didn't you, before? A long
Yeah.
time ago. My dad listens to it. I've mentioned that before. I'm quite impressed.
See, I don't think my parents know what a podcast is.
Maybe it's time to introduce them to one.
Yeah, because I feel like you're the like clean, nice, angelic one.
You come across as Mr. Romantic.
Nothing's happening though, is it?
No,
Really?
well, for now.
For now.
But are we using anything new? Because we've talked about dating apps before, but are you using anything new to get Quinn or girls?
Quinn?
So
Are you kidding me?
To get
Are
Quinn.
you
I heard it. I read it on the
nuts?
back of a crisp packet. That's a word,
To get
isn't it?
Quinn.
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 Does that not mean
You just catch
That's-
it in a bucket.
That's
for
an
fuck's sake.
ingredient, isn't it, in crisps?
Quinn?
Do you not know what quib is?
No.
Oh god, I've opened the 7th circle of hell. What is it? Come on, Marny.
Quib is a female cum.
How repulsive.
It's not repulsive.
What does it look like?
Why is it okay for you
Hang on.
to have cum and
Oh
not
yeah,
for me?
that's a very good point. I'm very
And you-
sorry.
And you found those in crisps?
No, I didn't. Don't worry, they're not actually in crisps. But what does it look like?
I don't know, like it's not that dissimilar to man's cum.
Does it?
It's maybe a bit clearer. I don't know that I've seen vast quantities of it.
Vast quantities on sale in Waitrose. This is taking a dark
Oh,
avenue.
Christ.
Oh well. Come on, Steve. Take
I've
us
seen
out
Quinn.
of our smut. No, we don't want to see about Quinn.
All right,
Just tell
okay.
us about dating. You're the only dater now.
I know. Well, I know there's a few more dating apps out there.
Okay.
I'm going to be quite frankly honest. I'm only using one at the minute.
Oh, and what's that?
Is it
Guess.
Tinder?
Nope.
Bumble.
It's Bumble.
Is it
Do you like
Bumble?
Bumble?
I do quite like it.
Remind
'cause
us what that is again.
Bumble is the one where you match and the girl is in control and she has 24 hours to get in touch.
Like Mission Impossible.
Yeah. And then you then have 24 hours to reply to her because if you don't reply in time, it expires
Oh, shit.
and the link expires.
Your love expires.
Exactly. And there's quite an interesting story because you can every so often extend.
Right.
So if it's running out, the girl's got like an hour left to write to you, you can press extend and extend for another 24 hours. I matched with this girl. And she expired. And I was like, do you know what?
She expired. That's so dark.
She just combusted in front of my
She
very eyes.
expired.
She
passed
expired. And so I was kind of like, no, stuff you. No, that's not fair. Because
Did you write
you're
letter?
great.
Right.
No, I did something worse.
Oh, you
Oh,
stalked
God.
her, didn't
What
you?
happened?
Did you?
Stalked her
Yeah.
on the internet?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're not in real life.
I knew-
Imagine.
I, mean,
knew-
I bet
well,
he could if he would though.
I knew her first
Would if he
name.
could. Right.
And I knew her job.
Sharon works
And
in...
the thing is, what people do is they put their main profile picture as part of their photos on Bumble. So you can recognise photos
From Facebook.
from Facebook.
Oh, I see.
Does that make
right.
sense?
So you typed in
You might
Sharon.
need. Sorry, you
So-
might need to explain that again. Sorry. I
What I found out that women do is they share the same photos that they put on Facebook.
Oh, right.
So their
Okay.
profile picture on Bumble is the same profile picture
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Right.
And I found this person, I looked online as their job, got a surname. It was just quite scary, this. Got a surname, typed it in on Facebook, and there she was.
Oh,
Did
golly.
you send her a message?
I sent her a message.
And how did that go?
And we're going on a date in 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So I was kind of like, I felt really bad, and I felt like, oh my God, I'm
Did
such
you
a
did you
stalker,
say
this
like,
is
I'm
wrong.
sorry,
But,
this is weird?
but then as well, you don't want to come off as a wanky twat of like, I don't want to miss this opportunity of fate. Because
It's
I
not
might
really fake though, is it, if you had to stalk her online?
No, but at
That's
the
not
same
fake,
time,
babe.
at the same time, a missed opportunity of what could have happened.
Sure.
I don't know if I'd like the countdown 24-hour thing because I'm naturally quite competitive and I'd want to complete the game. So
I think that's how the app
annoy me.
once works, isn't it? It just gives you access for 24
I
hours.
don't know what that is.
That's another app we've discussed once, I'm
Have
sure.
we?
Did we discuss once? Maybe, but I think it's called Once. And it just matches you with someone for 24 hours and you can only talk to that person for 24 hours and that's it.
Oh, so you have to like share your number if you're going to go any
Yeah.
further. Oh, I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the time constraint. Like,
Yeah.
No.
And I think it stops you from having access to loads of other people. Like you only get access to one person for
Okay.
24 hours. And I do think that's a big issue with internet dating is that that person that you may have fallen for or that you're going to meet up with could actually be talking to 2, 3, 4 other people. So I think that's what Once's niche is.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Where are you going to go? Where are you going to take her?
I am a member of the London Cocktail Club.
Oh.
And it's happy. See, I've upgraded from Costa.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Well, mainly because it's buy one, get one free, 4:30 till 7:30. So,
Don't tell her that though.
oh no, I haven't. I did. No, I told her that.
Should we go here because it's buy one, get one
You
free?
just can't
No, I
take the
didn't say
northerner out of you, can we?
Well, you don't need to. It's quite
No, it's who I am.
Yeah.
But
cute. So 4 till 7. So what time are you meeting her?
5.
Jesus,
Fine.
that's
Well,
early.
she's on an early schedule.
Okay.
She's in a job where she gets up ridiculously early
Okay.
for work. So 5 till 8 is quite good.
Okay.
So I was just like, hey, let's do it.
Well, that's
So
exciting.
she's
No.
going to get a shit face and have to get up really early in the morning.
You know it.
You know it.
What's your drink of choice? Or can I guess?
Yes.
Mojito.
No, an old fashioned.
I do like an old fashioned. I like 2 others.
2
Oh god,
others.
we could be a bloody night.
espresso martini.
That's another
Is
one.
it? I was just about to go, that's a bit generic, isn't it? But no, I like them, they're delicious. But I thought you'd have something a bit more like butch.
What's wrong with
No.
no?
Is there
Can I have a shovel?
such thing as a butch cocktail?
Yes. Old fashioned is quite a butch.
Yeah,
and then
that's why
I
I
love
drink 'em.
anything with gin in.
Okay, so
Like a cinnamony gin type.
cinnamon gin.
Synogen.
Like Cinnagin.
Synogen.
Cinnamony gin ginger shit.
That sounds like a Mary Poppins song.
Yeah.
Cinnamony gingeroo. Sorry. Ridiculous. Fine, so you'll have a cinnamony gin thing.
Gin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Is there a drink that she could order that would put you off her? Like if she ordered something, would you be
No.
like, oh god?
What if she
girl.
ordered a pint?
I'd be like, good for you.
Oh, good. Okay. Fine.
Or like an ale.
And then burped.
Yeah.
I find something really attractive about a girl with a pint in her hand.
Oh really? That's interesting. I don't drink pints.
Do you know what?
No, I don't like beer. I try, but I just think it
We were
tastes
in
awful.
Ireland, you were drinking Guinness.
Oh, like half a Guinness with some bloody Ribena in it to make it sweeter. Like, it doesn't really
Ribena?
count. Yeah, like Guinness and black.
Put some port in it.
Ugh.
Someone came up to me once and went, "Why are you drinking a pint? You don't look like the kind of person that would drink pints." And I said, "I beg your pardon." It was a pint of Lambrini. No, it wasn't. An actual pint of beer. I guess I don't look like the type to drink pints, but it's delicious.
No. I don't believe that anyone really likes drinking beer. I just
No,
think
it's
people
really
pretend.
good.
No.
It's horrible.
When you're tired and when you're hot and all you just want is just that fizzy...
But it's full of
Juice.
calories and estrogen.
Estrogen?
Yeah.
Where's they getting the estrogen from?
It's got loads of sugar in it.
Estrogen?
Maybe I've made that bit up.
I think you have.
Okay.
Anyway, I think we need to move on and talk about what we're actually
Yeah,
talking
but if
about.
you know any facts about beer, then send them in.
Yeah, please don't know, because we don't know what we're talking about. I think we should talk about... We have already done this before, but we've talked about niche dating apps before in series 1. But I think we need to talk about it again because they're just being made just literally as we speak and we can barely keep up. So I think it's actually really relevant to talk about it again. And I've just read an article in Grazia magazine, which is the place where I get all of my information, about a new app which is called Hater, which is based on your dislike of things rather than your like of
that's
things.
Such a negative outlook.
So people are matched on their hates rather than their likes. It's been kind of touted as the Cards Against Humanity dating app.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
That's interesting.
So instead of you don't just like log in and register and be like, oh, I'm Marny and I'm 30 and I'm from London and I hate all these things and then have a big rant about the stuff. You're presented with a list of things on the screen and you have to rate them as love, like, dislike, hate.
Right.
And then you go from there and then you're kind of potentially matched with people based on stuff you don't like.
Do you know what kind of things are on there?
Donald Trump was an example, slow walkers, people that wear glasses indoors, music taste, going, beer.
So do you mean sunglasses?
Sunglasses,
Right, because I'm
sorry.
sitting here with my specs on. I thought it was a dig.
All sorts of things by the look of it.
So it's nothing racist as in like black people or
No, I don't
gays.
think. No, not like gays. I think this is why it's been billed as the Cards Against Humanity thing, because there's been, hating stuff can be fairly divisive, I guess.
I quite like it because I think when you're asked to say what you like, I mean, most people tend to like everything. I mean,
Well,
they like things more than
yes.
others, but finding what they really hate and dislike is probably quite a better way to get to the nitty-gritty of
nitty-gritty.
someone's personality. I think that's quite
Absolutely.
The
interesting.
whole of grind my gears.
Yeah, the girl that wrote the article basically said that she just found it really refreshing because she was sick of reading people writing stuff like, I love going to the movies and I really like brunch and I like
Generic.
to meet with my friends, and it's like, well, yeah, we all fucking like that shit, mate. Like, what what
You can take
we
the
just-
girl out of Norway. Oh,
Can
sorry.
we appreciate that we got a tweet just before we started recording asking if you could curve your effing and blinding?
That
This
was
is
the
true.
first time. That was the first. It's hard for me.
We're getting hate mail on Twitter because of Marnie's foul mouth. It's not real hate mail.
Jokes. Yeah, but basically, she found it really refreshing. And apparently, there's some kind of research out there to say that there's evidence to show that people do bond over a mutual dislike of things rather than a mutual like of things. So I think that could be. I think I would, if I was dating now, I'd be really interested in joining that.
I'm trying to think what my other half and I don't like. That's the same. Probably quite a lot of things. Obnoxious people. Bad headphones on trains.
Quiche.
No, I love quiche. I don't know if he does.
Quiche.
I don't like quiche. Is that
Is that on there? Can you please, before we do another couple of episodes, just see if quiche is on the app?
Why don't you like quiche?
Hi
What's
there.
quiche?
it's that mixture of egg and cream.
And pastry.
No, pastry's good. I like
Yeah.
pastry. I like scrambled egg on pastry is fine.
Sorry,
When the
what?
hell do you get a scrambled egg
Hello,
on
can I have
pastry?
scrambled egg on pastry, please, in Malins?
I'll have a pan of raisin
But
and slap some scrambled egg on it,
But
please.
I never really liked milk at school. You know when you had to milk.
What? Oh, milk. I like the way you say milk.
Milk.
Milk. You didn't like milk at school?
Didn't like milk at school, and then so I think that kind of creamy, milky taste in a quiche.
Steve, you're turning me on saying creamy. You're not.
We hope you're enjoying the chat so far. We love hearing from you guys, so if you've got a fun dating tip, a dodgy dating story, or even if you just want to say hello, send us a tweet at SwipeMatchMarry.
And if you'd rather remain anonymous, you can send an email to swipematchmarry@gmail.com.
Scandalous.
Now let's get back to the podcast.
I find it a bit alarming these days about all the people you meet online and the fact that you kind of have no idea who they are. And I know a lot we've said before, like you have to integrate Facebook, but you're still able to find that girl, which I know was nice intentions and because you had a countdown and all that kind of stuff. But apparently there's a new way, I think in America, where you can search for people. So if you know their name, you can search for them on an app. I think it's called Stud or Dud.
I'm on it now, James.
Oh, you on it now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you've done your research. Who are you checking out?
Some kind of stud.
Oh.
Oh.
Lifestyle choice.
Oh,
no.
sure.
No, I thought it'd be good that we could just make up a name
Okay.
and see if anyone comes up.
Veronica.
Oh no, it's stud.
Oh, it's just for guys.
That surely can't be just for
Well,
guys,
listen,
is it?
That's outrageous.
How do you spell Veronica? C. That way. Veronica.
Okay. Sure, and then put Swan
Swan.
as a surname.
Swan.
Double
like a
N.
bird.
I'm just
Or-
making a name up, like a bird.
Wouldn't
No,
it?
just one N. Come on, let's not be silly.
Veronica Swan sounds like the heroine of some kind of...
Maybe maybe that is from something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Loading. Oh no, they do come up.
Really, right? Read one out.
So stud or dud is women as well.
Good. So it should be predatory women out there.
There's quite a lot of Veronica Swans.
That's
1,
very
2,
popular.
So
3.
what information do you find out about them when you put them into the
Well,
website?
let's look at the top one that came up, who's from Inglewood, California. Coming on there, it's loading now.
Oh, exciting.
So here she comes. She's 66, bless her. I think she's all right. Property records.
You can see what
You can
they
see
have.
everything.
So you can see if they've got a criminal offence, if
criminal
they own a
record.
property or not.
Property records. She's had an eviction.
God, that's mad that that's online. We should
Court
probably
records.
stress that this is just an app that's in America so far.
Thank
I mean,
goodness.
it might come over here. It's like that that app where you can scan a car registration and it tells you the service history of the car.
Yeah.
Can you really?
But like for
yeah.
people.
If you're going to buy one, but it's like for people.
She's had a bankruptcy. It has all this about her, and obviously this is just a collation of everything that's just public.
Yeah, but
surely.
normally, like when you meet someone, like if they've got something that's happened to them, like mistakes they've made, or you know, it says what she's been evicted or something. Normally, when you meet someone, you don't have a first impression of you've been evicted. This is like, I know it's all public record, like we said, but it's consolidating all that kind of private personal
Yeah.
information, which someone would have to deliberately go and look for. And I think it's really sad and awful. I don't see anybody, that's got anything wrong with them. Like,
But clearly, there's a reason that this app has become a thing because
Yeah.
people are looking for this information. Like they're wanting to verify that person before they meet them online, and that's because when you meet someone. I mean, we've already talked about catfishing in a previous episode. Like, people just don't believe the person that they're going to meet is who they say they are, and that's really sad. I think that's the bigger issue here, isn't it? It's like, are we actually saying that internet dating is not safe anymore?
yeah.
Is that what we've come to?
Yeah. What do you think is worse? Do you think it's going on these apps and finding out about these people behind their back, or just trusting them?
I'd like to think that you would just trust and believe what somebody says when you meet them, but clearly there's a reason that people don't feel like they can do that, and they literally want to check that what that person's told them is true before they meet them. Excuse me.
I've just searched for Donald Trump. Unfortunately, he seems to have quite a few addresses in New York.
Damn him.
I know. And there's not much information for him because he didn't divulge his tax records, probably.
So do we think that safety when meeting online is an issue then?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it is absolutely an issue because, you know, otherwise awful things wouldn't happen. But I'm not sure what the answer is. I find this really sad that this is a potential solution, but it's just making people paranoid. But then if it saves one person's life, then is that worth
it worth it?
Yeah, exactly.
Which of course it is, but it's just a really sad state of the world, isn't it? That not only is it really difficult to date in a modern time with everyone being busy and having to pay the bills and working hard and trying to have a family and have a career and all that kind of stuff, but also you've got to deal with, you know, actually meeting someone that's genuine, because it's so easy to create a fake account and lure someone out of their house with actually not much effort.
But if we take it back in time, before phones came out, how did people date?
Well,
You had I remember as a kid on the bus reading The Lonely Hearts,
Yeah.
trying to work
there's
out what
that.
all the codes were.
yeah.
But
I guess you would meet people through friends of friends, family, or work, and
So-
that was probably as far as your
yeah.
net was thrown.
and then so within that world you had a connection and people to
Yeah, which we've talked about before, like that thing of when you meet people online, it's quite anonymous because you don't have any connections to that person. They're not a friend of a friend, they're not a colleague, they're not your cousin's mate or whatever. You didn't go to school with them, so they can essentially treat you really badly because you might never ever see them ever again. It's not like I would phone you up and be like, "Oi, Steve, your mate, such a body that you set me up with, actually treated me like a right arsehole," and you would probably go back to him and be like, "Why are you treating my mate Marny really badly?"
Yeah.
Like that doesn't happen anymore. That's eliminated when you meet people online. So I think the safety thing is it's clearly prevalent, and actually it's reminding me of a friend of mine went out for drinks in a bar in Clapham about a year ago, and she sent me a picture of a sign that was on the back of the female toilet door, and the sign said, "Are you on a Tinder date? Have things gone bad? If you're in any kind of trouble, come to the bar and order a," can't remember what the name of the drink was, but it was clearly a made-up drink. And it was basically like a code word for "I'm in trouble."
Oh, that's smart. So it's
And,
like giving you a sort of subtle way of saying, "Hell,
I'm in trouble here and I'm on a date and I don't know this person and it's going badly, or I need an excuse to leave, or I need some help." And the poster basically said, "We'll call you a cab," or "We'll..."
Wow.
Yeah, and on the one hand you're like, that's amazing, that's really, really great that establishment is doing that thing. I'm sure it's happening in more places now as well.
Yeah.
In fact, other people have told me that they've seen these signs. But isn't it a bit scary that it's needed, that it's
it's
necessary?
really
Like
scary.
clearly something's gone down in that bar where something's gone bad on a date, and the woman's gone, "Well, I didn't have anyone to help me."
Yeah.
And it definitely, I mean, it was in the female toilet. I don't know if you boys have ever seen that in a male toilet
I
anywhere,
haven't.
because
No.
I don't
you
really
probably
look.
haven't.
I'm looking where I'm going.
Yeah, and I suppose ladies sit on a loo and you look at the back of a door, whereas boys don't.
I like to sit down on the loo sometimes.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
Nice treat.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? We don't
But no, I've
always want to
never
do that.
seen that.
No. So I think safety's a big thing.
I wonder if it
it's...
should be rolled out. Like if it should be something that all restaurants and bars agree to do. But then I guess it could be too known. But
But isn't
I
that
feel
just
that
really sad, though?
it is sad. But I do think people should not put up with people being inappropriate, or if they're uncomfortable on a date, they should get out. They should not be embarrassed.
But then, whenever I went on a date with someone that I didn't know, I always told a friend, and I always
of
had
course, absolutely.
with other friends as well that were going on dates. I would always send them a message halfway through, and if they responded, I would phone them and give them a "This is your emergency phone call."
Oh yeah.
I was in a bar in Lincolnshire once, and they have this campaign there where if you are in trouble and you do need a little bit of help, they had this campaign where you go to the bar and you'd ask for Angela.
Oh, so Angela was the code word. and
Angela was
in
the
that
code
sense.
word.
But what if
Right.
Angela worked there?
Well, this is the thing, like, if the duty manager's called Angela,
Yeah, I can just imagine her coming out and going, "Yes, what do you want?"
I'd be like, gin and tonic and a taxi.
Yeah, that's That's fun. I like that though. It's good. I mean, it's a sad state of affair, isn't it? But it's kind of a clever
Yeah,
one.
It's good,
I think
but-
that's what worries me. Is like clearly some stuff's gone down in order for this to be.
Yeah,
a
you think
thing.
about the history. Why is that now
Yeah.
But at least people are doing things about it, and at least
Yeah.
people are coming up with imaginative ways to help.
Yeah, and it makes people feel safe, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, people aren't going to stop internet dating. Like, that's almost like we just have to accept that that's just the way it is now.
Yeah.
So, and God knows we've all been on a horrible date with someone that we don't know. And if I've definitely been on one date where I wish I'd had a way to get out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Take a big foghorn around with you.
Not because he was horrible, but just because I felt really awkward and I just was like, I need to find a way to end this night sooner rather than later.
And it does feel a bit weird to go, I'm leaving.
Yeah, it's hard.
So are we boring you?
Yeah, I just had a bit of a yawn then. Sorry, everyone.
God. Alright.
Lovely.
So if you're in Lincoln
Angela.
and you're on a bad date, or a date's not going well, or he's a bit weird, ask for Angela. And if you're in London, in one particular bar in Clapham,
Yeah, then
ask for
order a
something.
certain kind of cocktail.
Or if you've seen this in any other place, I'd be really interested. We'll share them on Twitter actually, because I imagine it's different depending on where you are. So if you've seen a code word or something similar that you can do in a date venue, then let us know.
Absolutely.
Please.
Is it time for dating story?
Oh yeah, but before you do that, I just want to recommend something.
Yeah.
You're laughing at my hair.
I am. Marny's just done a really lovely thing with her hair. It's great, isn't it?
I swept over to the other side.
80s.
Yeah. So basically, I read this book a while ago, and it's called Modern Romance, and it's about it's by Aziz Ansari, who is a comedian. He's in Parks and Recreation.
Oh.
He also has his own series on Netflix, which is called Master of None, if anyone's interested.
Oh, I've heard of
It's
that.
very good. But the book is called Modern Romance, and he wrote it because he was a early 30-something-year-old man living in Manhattan who was struggling with all the things that we've talked about, and was trying to basically research why it is so difficult for us today, why we've turned to online dating, why people behave the way they do. He looks at ghosting. And I've been wanting to mention it for a while. It's just really, really fascinating and really, really interesting. And the conclusion of his sort of book was stop the online shit and just talk to people. And his Netflix series, which is called Master of None, is a kind of 10-part series which visits all the things that we've talked about, dating and living in modern New York. So the parallels are very similar between
Sounds
London.
great. So what was it called
Really
again?
good.
Modern
The
Day-
book is called Modern Romance. It's by Aziz Ansari.
Great. Give that a read.
Yeah, it's good. It's got a pink front cover.
Oh, lovely. So this story comes from Fluffed Up and Side On.
Oh yeah.
My friend who generously donated her story, but there's another one. There's another one, and I'm not sure if all the facts are right, but the most important fact is what happened. She was out at a restaurant with the guy that she was seeing, and it was really, really snowy. You know, those rare times in England where it's really
Shits
snowing,
it
it's
down,
difficult
isn't
to get anywhere, and they were in the car. She really needed the bathroom before she left the restaurant. See where this is going. And they got into the car, and it took like 3 times as long to get home. And as they pulled into the drive, she was absolutely desperate, like beyond desperate. And maybe she'd eaten something bad, but she wasn't in a good way. So she leapt out the car, ran across the front garden to get to the door, slipped in the snow, and shut herself. Isn't that awful? Isn't that awful? She's full of these wonders.
Oh bless her! And then how did it work out?
I imagine
Not well.
not that well, but I think it was all done very politely.
That's brilliant.
I've actually
Did it
never
tend to
shit
smell
myself
funny?
in public.
Good.
Have either of you?
I
all the
haven't.
time.
I'm
All
not
the
planning on it.
time. What do you
That
mean?
came out really. I've done it twice in the last 5 years.
You shit yourself in public twice.
Oh gosh, really?
There was one time where I was in Sainsbury's. I was looking at the wine, thinking, oh, I'm going to treat myself to a bottle. And you know when you just need to fart? So I looked down the aisle and I was like, fine, cool. Just have a fart. It's fine. It's all good. And then I farted and then took a step to the side and then suddenly realised that there was more
Oh, Steve.
fart in my pants.
So basically, what we're saying is Fluffed Up and Side On is not alone.
Not alone.
No.
Gosh.
And then I did it only recently
Steve, stop talking.
that no one knows about. And it was yet again, I was
Looking at wine.
farting. No, I wasn't looking at. I was in the toilet halfway through a Sunday roast at a pub with my housemate, and I just went. I was like, I'm just gonna go for a piss. Went for a piss. Went to the urinal. Thought, oh, cheeky little fart, you know. Nope.
How do you not know when you're going to fart
Dunno.
that you're going to actually shit?
I don't know. It's just like it's a guessing game sometimes. It's the way of life.
I love that. Steve's
Then-
guessing game asked. Is it a fart? Is it a shit? Who
You
knows?
shit yourself at the urinal when you were stood
Yeah.
up.
So luckily no one was there. I
God.
hovered across the toilet, the bathroom to get to the toilet. Sorted myself out. Took my pants off.
Oh God.
This is awful.
Stuck them behind the U-bend.
Steve.
Stuck them behind the U-bend, and then I was like, luckily we'd just been to Sainsbury's, so we had the Sainsbury's shop underneath the tables at the pub, and I kind of like put all my shopping in one bag, got a carrier bag, went back into the toilet, got my boxes, put them in, wrapped them up, because there was no toilet, there was no bin in the toilet.
See, that's the good thing about being a girl, because you've always got the sanitary bins.
I mean,
So then-
thank goodness that you didn't leave them for poor Angela
Oh, no.
from the bar to pick up.
Could you imagine? So I sat
But you
down.
didn't tell your housemate.
I said, mate, we need to leave now. I was like, have you nearly finished? He was like, yeah. And I was like, good, we need to leave. And he was like, why, are you okay? And I was like, yes, but we need to go. I'll tell you when I leave.
He could have thought anything.
And he was like, okay, mate, yeah, sure. Left. And
So,
left with my shopping in one hand and a carrier bag with my
and your shitty knickers in the other. Wow, so
Oh my God.
thanks for listening. If you've got a tragic dating story or if you've shat yourself, please write in.
If you shit yourself in public, we really want to know about it, everyone. Thank you.
I'm very sorry. Goodbye.
Bye.
We all do it.
Thank you for listening to Swipe Match Marry. Remember to subscribe using your podcast app so you don't miss out on any future episodes.
And why not write us a review? It's quick, easy, and helps us improve our ranking in the iTunes store. If there's anything you want us to cover, send us a tweet at Swipe Match Marry.
As always, we hope that next swipe leads to a match, and maybe even a lifetime of happiness.